What's up, boys? Week 4, video number 2. Apologize for not getting a video out last week. I meant to do so, but never got around to it. So I'll try to wrap up both weeks here in this one video. Also, I'll make it kind of short and sweet. First things first, I'm going to do my best to try to avoid being unintelligent this week by looking at that there camera. Try to keep that eye contact. Now we're starting to be judged IQ level on how well we can look at the camera, the ability to do so, and keep a good firm lock on that camera so that you don't just stare off and look anywhere else. So for Kurt's sake, I'm going to make it a little more comfortable for you, give you that eye contact. That way you can kind of see through my eyes, and that way I'm not looking off and kind of confusing you that way. And just kind of build on that. Because I was looking at myself over here last week, it made me selfish, and I was a little confused by that also, Kurt. I'm not sure if you meant that I got to look at myself more than you got to, or the rest of the league got to, or how I was being selfish by looking at myself. But I'll let you maybe expand on that a little bit on your next video. As far as our game, though, I got to be the first one to congratulate you. You beat me fair and square. You deserve the win, and you get the bragging rights. I'm not too worried about it. You had the most points in the league, and I happened to come up second by 1.5. Scored the second amount, most points in the league. Only lost by, like I said, 1.5. There's a lot of things that could have gone a lot of different ways for me to win that game. So this week didn't, or that week didn't worry me too much. Came back, got a win, kind of snuck one out against Rennes, but I think I got a little bit better here this week with a trade that I had made with Derek, and I saw a couple of you frowning on that trade and kind of wondering, so I can kind of touch on that briefly. Basically, he has a tight end to give up. His keeper, Gates, is his starting tight end, and he had Gronkowski, who's obviously doing pretty good this year, as his starter, so he could afford to give him up. I was able to give him, who is now his best running back, Dexter McCluster. Is he all-world or anything? No, but it's now his best running back. And also Robert Meacham, who's actually scored a touchdown in each game this year, is in a receiver, and that now becomes his best wide receiver. Also got Ed Dixon, the Ravens. So far it's only 3 weeks in, but he's about top 10. So, I mean, it's not a huge loss there at tight end where he's going to use Gates anyway. So I don't think that it looks too bad. He gave me Ocho Cinco, where I saw Urias, you claim Ocho Cinco as the second best player in that trade. This is 2011, not 2007. Go look at the stats. He's hardly worth a roster spot, and frankly, I've actually thought about dropping him. So I don't see Ocho Cinco as near the second best player in that trade. I believe you're wrong on that one, and Michael Bush is a backup running back. I just got some depth there back, and for my trade. Now, I think that Gronkowski obviously is a good asset to my team, but once Hernandez comes back, he's not going to be what he's done here the last 2 weeks. So we'll see, though. I mean, I don't see it as a bad trade for either one of us. I think we both got better. And if we look back at bad trades, I do remember a trade last year. This just reminded me of it. A trade between Huggins and Justin, and I think it's important to revisit that trade because through 3 weeks, and again, we got to remember that we are only 3 weeks into the season, but this far, the number 1 running back, Darren McFadden, and the number 1 wide receiver, Calvin Johnson, were actually traded from Chugg's Thugs, or whatever his team name is, to the Beastie Boys for Miles Austin. So Darren McFadden and Calvin Johnson, number 1 running back, number 1 wide receiver for Miles Austin. That was a trade that we can look back and see a little puzzling. And another one I actually got kind of raped on last year. I made a trade with Derek again. I gave up Mike Tolbert and Derek Mason for Bolden. Thought I was upgrading at wide receiver. Turns out Derek Mason actually finished better than Bolden down the stretch, and Mike Tolbert was a top 20 running back. So I really got the shaft on that one. But hey, you win some, you lose some. and that's the way it goes. We'll see how this one turns out. But as far to call it, a confusing trade, I don't see it as that right now. But anyway, this week I have Tanner. Should be a good matchup. I'm projected to win by quite a few, but we'll see how it turns out. And I won't give out my predictions for the rest of the games yet. In this video, I'll wait for later in the week to look over that. I actually don't have anything in front of me. But anyway, that wraps up my second video here for week 4. Like I said, I'll probably get another one out here later in the week or this weekend, just to kind of get my predictions for this week and try to kind of follow Huggins' lead as far as picking against the spread and whatnot. So I'll get that out once I get a chance to look at some games. Otherwise, I'm going to go eat some food real quick. And unfortunately, I'm sorry guys, I didn't have any bad hairdo as the other 2 videos I did have for us. I didn't just wake up, but that seems to be the trend around here. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys here later. Peace.